The Packers and the Eagles kick off their season down in Sao Paulo, Brazil. But we've got some bets for you guys that we think is going to put some bucks in your pocket. So let's bring in my guy, Erich Richter. What's going on, my man? How you feeling? NFL game down in Brazil. I know a lot of people are betting on this one.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's going to be betting on this one. This is a big game for the sports books, for the TV viewers, for everybody. Obviously, they're doing the Brazil thing. They're doing it on a Friday. The good thing is, nobody on Twitter is going to be able to correct any Spanish or Portuguese because there's no Twitter in Brazil these days.
All right, let's put some money in these people's pockets. The first bet, let's talk money line. Who do you like, Green Bay or Philly?
Yeah, you couldn't miss me with that, with the Philly love. Give me Green Bay all day. They looked amazing at the end of the year last year. They brought in the Boston College head coach. Their defense should be a lot better. The Eagles lose Jason Kelsey. There's obviously been a ton of sharp money on Green Bay. They were originally, 3.5 point dogs. Now they're down to 2.5. You could still get them plus 110 on the money line. I think Green Bay runs away with this one. I actually think Green Bay is one of the best teams in football. They're my early Super Bowl pick. And there's no way that I'm fading them against the Eagles on a neutral field. Give me Green Bay on the money line. They have the quarterback edge. They have the running back edge. Well, maybe not the running back edge, but they have the offensive line edge. So give me Green Bay all day. Plus 110 on the money line.
Eric says if you want to make some green, bet on Green Bay. It comes together in the wording. Here we go. Let's talk player props. And I don't know how a lot of Giants fans are going to feel about this one, but Saquon Barkley has some prop bets out there. Which one do you like most?
Well, so my guy Saquon, he's going to be in Philly, and we're trying not to think about that one too much. But, for me, I'm looking at the over-under rush receiving props. His over-under rushing is 64.5. I think that's about right. It depends on – I want to see how their offense plays out before I'm betting their over-under on the rushing prop. I like Jalen Hurts. I think that Jalen Hurts is going to be running the ball a ton, and I just don't want to see how much that takes away from Barkley's usage. Overall, I think Barkley's going to have an amazing season. So I'm going to go over his rushing prop, over 2.5. And here's the reasoning is that last year with DeAndre Swift, the Eagles, they threw the ball. They peppered him with a good amount of targets. A couple games he had, 6 targets, 10 targets, 4 targets. And he brought in three catches in most of his games. He was profitable for this prop over the season last year. I think that Barkley's the guy this year, and I don't really see Kenneth Gainwell getting as much action as he did last year. I think Barkley's a better pass blocker than Swift ever was. And I think that Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator, I think that helps a ton to get Barkley the ball more. You remember Tony Pollard is a receiving dynamo when he was with the Cowboys. I think you're going to get a similar role here for Saquon Barkley. I think that Saquon Barkley goes over 2.5 receptions. I think that by the end of this week, I think it's going to be a 3.5 reception prop. I think he's going to get 4 or more. I know Bet365 has that 4+ reception prop. I would definitely not sneeze at that. That's a fine bet. I think that Barkley gets a lot of work, and I also think they're going to be playing from behind. So screen passes. They're going to call at least 1 or 2 screen passes in the game, and then you just need one or two more. So give me Barkley over 2.5 receptions. One of my best bets of the weekend.
There are a lot of Giants fans to where that went through one ear and out the other, and they're going to bet the under because, in the words of Tiki, Saquon, you're dead to us. that was funny when Tiki did that. All right, the next player prop, since we're staying with Penn State here, Johan Dodson joined the Eagles receivers room that already has A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith in it. But do you think this man is primed to make somebody some prime money on the props? What's the prop or props that you like with Dodson, and what do you like?
Yeah, man, the Commanders are morons for trading Johan Dodson. They give up on him as a first-round pick 2 years ago. I mean, he's such a good player, and like I said, I think the Eagles will be playing from behind. They're going to be doing a lot of 3 receiver sets. I'm going to go over 1.5 receiving yards for Dodson. I'm going to go over 14.5 receiving yards. I'm not even worried about learning the offense. I just think that this is such a low number for a third receiver that was a first-round pick, and it's not like he's been a total bust either. He's had very good games. He had a couple touchdowns against the Eagles last year. He had 6 touchdowns in that season. So give me Dotson over 1.5 receptions. Give me over 14.5 receiving yards. I don't see a world where Dotson doesn't get work in Philly. They didn't trade him. They didn't trade for him for nothing. And I think they're going to be behind here. So negative game script would equal more passing. More passing would equal more 3 receiver sets. And then there's your bet. Johan Dodson over 1.5 receptions.
All he needs is 2 catches for 15 yards. And and people can cash in. That sounds like my stats when I was with the Dolphins. 2 for 15. Jeez. People can cash out with that Brandon London player prop down back in 2008. Erich, thanks for hopping on with this, man. All eyes are on this game down in Brazil. Have a great weekend, my man.
Appreciate you, BL. Thanks, man.